What's up, Cancer? Welcome to your August 2020 Creativity Tarot reading. My name is Kaylee Jean, and welcome to my channel. I record these readings for artists, entrepreneurs, and anyone who is working on their personal growth, self-expression, or spirituality in any form. So if those areas of life are important for you right now, I encourage you to go ahead and keep watching. I also want to say that you can use these readings for your sun, moon, or your rising sign, and it's also possible if sometimes they don't resonate because they are just general readings. All right, let's get into it, Cancer. So while I was tuning in for you, I was seeing almost like a hieroglyph, like an etching on like a stone wall kind of thing, and it was in the shape of a bull. So it's a very archaic and powerful image, and it just gave me this very strong feeling of strength for you. So I don't know what's going on in your life, Cancer. Everybody has their own things that they're dealing with right now. But for you, I feel like there's this overwhelming impression that I'm getting spiritually that you're just strong. You're tapping into an ancient, calm strength. And there's something about the way that this feels that gives me the sense that you have everything that you need, that you're independent. There's like a theme or a feeling of independence coming through within you. It's a very earthy energy, I have to say. So I'm not sure what this means for you other than, you know, kind of just like stick to your guns kind of energy. Do what feels right for you and have faith that you're on the right track, because I really do feel that there's like like with the symbol of a bull, right? Like it's a symbol of peace on the one hand and nurturing, because it's a creature that is, you know, domesticated in a lot of ways, but it also is this creature that's very strong and can be stubborn at the same time. So there's an energy of like just peaceful strength that I get for you. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Cancer. It's a really beautiful feeling, and I'm excited to get into your cards and we'll get some more information. Cancer. Cancer. There you go. All right, let's take a look at your cards. So we have raccoon, crossed by the camel. Oh, there we get that peaceful, strong energy, right, with the camel. It's really beautiful. Both of these cards are nighttime cards. So that already tells us something about the energy of August for you, Cancer. It's possible that this is going to be a month in which a lot of your, I guess, most important events that come up for you this month could be, you know, or at least originating on a very deep inner level. So if you are making things happen in the outer world and kind of, you know, being seen or putting yourself out there in some way with your business, for example, there's still this like very strong inner sanctuary connection that I get here, where you're actually really, you are very connected to your inner life still, no matter what you have going on in your outer life. There is a very strong like anchor that I feel that you have to your inner perceptions and your inner experience. So with the raccoon as your path, this can be about being in hiding a little bit. So some of you could be in a situation where, let's say you are in a work situation and there's a lot of people who maybe have kind of louder personalities than you, or they're just a little bit more vocal and just kind of heard, like they're a little bit more heard and seen than you tend to be on average. The raccoon as your path card shows that you could feel a little bit of that this month, but I also feel like if you are kind of off to the side and kind of just watching things that are going on, that may actually be the right place for you at this moment in time, because you're able to watch and listen. You're able to get more insight into what's going on around you, and then you're able to kind of make your own choices based on that, or you're able to maybe see more sides of the situation because you have this kind of, more secluded attitude or this more secluded position within some area of your life. Now, the camel card is your like influence. It can be an obstacle. It can also be kind of like a lesson. It can just be what you're experiencing, like the energy that's influencing you. This is about kind of calmly taking every next step that you have. The camel strikes me as a very honest energy as well. So you may be called upon at some point this month to share your honest opinion about things. And, that may or may not be something that you find difficult to do. But at the same time, I really feel like the camel, it's like, you can take whatever heat you're gonna get. Because the camels are very, they deal with like hot summer heat. They deal with very dry, very long periods without water. They deal with some of the hottest climates on the planet. So you can definitely take the heat, Cancer. Don't worry so much about pushback, because I think that, if you are coming out of your shell a little bit this month, it's the process of actually facing that is going to reveal to you that it really wasn't like as bad as you thought it was going to be, because you have the competence, you have the ability to rise up to that and meet the challenges. Yeah, so we've got the Empress and the Devil with the Ten of Wands and the Star. We've got the Three of Swords and the Hermit. We've got Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords. I'm just going to get a sip of water. So the beginning of the month shows us, moving into the month strongly with a full moon in Aquarius, which for you is symbolically placed in terms of its relationship to the sign of Cancer. It's symbolically placed in your 8th house, which is a house of kind of facing fears and dealing with anxieties, but at the same time, like, it's a composting house, right? It's where we let go and we slough off the dead skin. We release and remove anything that's no longer resonating for us. So it's a very regenerative and restorative house. It can also be in modern astrology associated with like sexuality as well. And here we have the Empress, which is a card of, pregnancy and sensuality. So there can be a sexual orientation with that card, or a sexual kind of connection with that card. And the Devil as well can be associated with like the material world and choices that we're making out of either fear or scarcity or negative beliefs as well. So there's a lot to unpack here. Anytime you get the Devil card coming up next to other complex cards, it's always going to be a very complex reading. There's not really any way around that. But essentially what I get is, for some of you, this full moon in Aquarius could see you actually releasing issues related to your mother, your physical mother, or your biological mother, or even a female mentor or somebody who has guided you. So you could be dealing with fears coming up around that person, or you could deal with, if you have a mother figure in your life who has been overbearing, right? With these cards, that can sometimes be a theme for some people. You could be like really working through some shadow aspects of that and really individuating from that relationship, which might mean that you have to set some boundaries. It could also just be with a woman in your life generically. It doesn't have to just be a mother figure. But there's a sense here really of recognizing where relationships and choices that you make in relationships are like healthy for you and reinforcing of your sense of well-being, and where they are kind of toxic and detracting from your sense of well-being. So definitely see some kind of energy around that at that full moon on the 3rd in Aquarius, which again, 8th house, it's facing fears, facing some difficult emotions, perhaps having to do with a woman or possibly a mother figure. Others of you, this could be about your sexual choices. For some of you with the Empress and the Devil here in that first week of August, you could be feeling in general like you want to either learn more about reproductive well-being and wanting to take better care of your physical vessel. It could also be, just a sense that there are some issues to work out there. Maybe you want to make a healing of your, second chakra energies, your sexual energies. Maybe that's something that you really want to work on, right? So you could start reading books about it, or you could just, work some kind of prayer or some kind of ritual or affirmation to kind of help you with that part of your life, because there does seem to be some shadowy, like push and pull needs / like repulsions going on in that area of your life when you see those cards together. So again, very complex reading, but hopefully that makes sense and kind of guides you on like your growth journey and allowing yourself to recognize, like, if you do have some of these shadow things coming up in the first week of August, it's okay that you have that, and actually this is the appropriate time to work on that. The second week of August shows up with the Star and the 10 of Wands. So what I see with this very strongly, Cancer, in the middle of the month is keep going. Keep going. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, Cancer. You might be really pushing yourself in the second week. You might have a lot on your plate. You might be taking on the weight of the world somehow. And maybe this is a message to keep doing the things that are important for you. Focus on your well-being. And let go, let the universe dictate everything else. That might be the attitude to take. I'm just saying, Cancer. A lot of us are taking on a lot of the weight of the world right now. Many of us are dealing with really heavy stuff, and we're concerned about what things that we see going on in the world. And we really, we all have the same ultimate goal. Most of us anyway, like the vast majority of us just want prosperity, well-being, freedom. We want everyone to thrive. We want everybody to do well. We want to see a beautiful world, with respect for each other, for nature, for humanity. Like, we want to see respect for everything. So I think there is something here about just taking a breather from the stuff that you care about. Not saying like relinquish your personal responsibilities, but recognize what your personal responsibilities truly are. Like, are you a parent? maybe your best thing that you can do right now is raise beautiful, intelligent, educated, discerning, loving kids. Like maybe that's the thing. Or if you're a business owner, maybe it's just focusing on your business and increasing your craft and doing your best with that. So what we see coming up in the latter portion of the month, we do have the Hermit and the Three of Swords, and we've got the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So the last couple weeks of August do look to me like there is a sense of the potential for feeling a little bit alone. But I don't want you to look at that and think oh my gosh, that's not good. That's not what I want, because, and I've learned this recently, and it's not easy. But sometimes, standing true in yourself, like with the Hermit, trying to be strong in who you are and holding up your lantern, like the lantern that God gave to you to light things up. Like you're on a spiritual mission. We all are. And I feel like the Hermit coming up here, it represents you trying to be strong and to be a source of light. And that might mean that you disappoint some people. Or it could mean that you have to do something that physically removes you a little bit from people that you love. Like maybe you live in a house with roommates, and in the middle of the month, you make the choice, or maybe you've already made the choice, this is coming, but it's like you're moving to your own place. So you feel alone, but it's still what you need to do, but you feel a little ostracized or removed somehow. Like there's that kind of energy, Cancer. So just know that when we are, what the Hermit's saying here is when you're really trusting your path, it's not always guaranteed to involve everybody that you want to have it involve. It's not always going to be something where you're able to link arms with everybody and everybody supports it and you're just going for it together. There's going to be some people that are able to join you, and there's going to be some people that aren't. And so you have to kind of just accept that, because that's part of what being true to yourself is about, is not letting yourself only engage in things in your life on the basis that other people are going to be able to A, participate with you, or B, find your path and your choices to be acceptable. You have to be willing to be a rebel at times, Cancer, and I think that you are doing that. So whatever way, that's relevant, I do see its potential for an end to a friendship or a relationship with the Ten of Swords and the Two of Cups at the end of the month. It's some kind of acceptance, really, of a relationship that is coming to a close, or maybe a new one that you were kind of hopeful about. I'm getting you one more message. Okay, wow. So we've got High Priestess. I just pulled it to give you some more information. So it's what are the cards saying here? What are they saying, Cancer? I feel like I could just shout it out. I want to be say what? And you guys shout it back to me, but I don't even know what you guys would be shouting. But it's you know what this is about. You got to trust your truth. You got to be in your light. You have to trust in what your real beliefs are and question your beliefs as well. Sometimes, when we do remove ourselves a little bit from a group or a peer group or whatever, sometimes that gives us a chance to really question our own thoughts and our own beliefs on a deeper level. And that ends up making our concept of life so much stronger, because we're not just being fed by our peers what to think. right? Like these are about really discovering our own truths, going deeper into ourselves. So yes, that's frustrating at times. And yes, you know, it can mean the end of a friendship, or it can mean the end of a connection. But like, this is what you're really doing. You're embracing your inner high priestess. So let's take a look at your Bob Ross message. He says, "We artists are a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch." That's beautiful. Yeah, so just being happy, you know, finding the joy in each moment is such a powerful practice, and you're not going to be able to find it all the time, particularly when you do have a disappointing thing like that. But ultimately, you know, I see the Star card and the High Priestess as really about having faith in yourself and in the internal journey that you're on, and validating that even if other people are not willing to. So maybe just make some good art. You know, like I think I've talked about this to you guys before, but the Neil Gaiman quote that he spoke at a college many years ago now. But he said, you know, your boyfriend or girlfriend breaks up with you, make good art. You lose your job, make good art. You have a major life disruption, make good art. You know, it's like, let's make some freaking art. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing, in the little spare time that I have, I'm doing that. Wow, so we've got relaxation. That totally fits with your message. So I absolutely love this, Cancer. The antidote to all of this is about relaxation. It's about giving yourself that space to just be calm. Read a book. You could be like me, I'm writing a book. Make some art. Sit outside. Look at the trees. I mean, this is possibly going to be a quieter month for you. But I think it's good. It all looks really good to me. Wow, yeah. So this is a quiet month of contemplation for you. So just relax, Cancer. Just relax. It's all going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is getting worked out. You know, we may be called to participate at times, but there's always going to be downtime as well. So I'm sending you tons of love. Please let me know if you have any feedback or questions. You can always give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading. If you want to leave a comment, that's also super helpful. And you can just leave me a little heart emoji if you want to let me know you're still here. Or let me know if you are a Cancer Sun or Cancer Moon or Cancer Rising. I would absolutely love to know about that. And yeah, I'm just curious how many of you are using these readings for your sun sign. So I hope you have an amazing month in August, Cancer. Sending you tons of love, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.